In the heart of Iranya village, Jesima location, was born a man whose life will become the lifeline of many. A father, a husband, a mentor, and a pillar to an entire community. This is the story of Mzee Nemwel Obiria Monda. Born in 1939 to Monda, Morocco and Unique Moral, Nemwel came into a world full of tradition, faith, and hard work. He was not only a son, but also a brother to Zirwel, Marok, Fred, Reverend Peter, and John. His extended family stretched wide, a tapestry woven with uncles, cousins, nephews, and nieces, all connected by blood and bound by love. In 1951, young Nemwel was initiated into adulthood, a boy, becoming a man under the watchful gaze of elders. His journey of learning began at Nyakongo Intermediate, took him through Rigoma, Monchewa, Itibo, and eventually to Lexter College in Kisumu. His thirst for knowledge was unyielding, even when the doors closed and systems failed him. He was already a family man, but he never stopped pursuing education. In his own words, shared with his grandson Caleb, "I was disappointed, but life had to go on." Denied the opportunity to sit his final exams, Mzee turned to the land. Farming became both his career and calling. In pyrethrum and later tea, he found not just livelihood, but leadership. As chairman of the Jesima Cooperative Society, he led with integrity, sharpened by training at the Cooperative College of Kenya. His hands tilled the soil, but his vision planted seed far beyond the fields. When the children of Iranya had no school to attend, Mzee Nemwel stood up, alongside his trusted friend, the late Stanley Ombati. He mobilized the community to build Iranya Primary School. To him, education was hope. He fought for it with the same persistence he had in youth. As school committee chairman, he was tireless. He spoke up. He showed up. Even on his sickbed, he whispered, "Support the school. Support the children." Mzee Nemwel's home was a place of warmth, filled with love, laughter, and the vibrant rhythm of family life. He was a devoted husband, a guiding father, and a proud grandfather. He shared his life with two beloved wives, Hannah Bosbori, whom he married in 1959, and Alice Mogere in 1968. With Hannah, he was blessed with a daughter, Eunice Komboka. With Alice, the family grew even more, with sons George Mokua, Gideon Obiria, Leonard Osiemo, Geoffrey Orina, and daughters Gladys Kerubo and Mercy Kemuma. In keeping with tradition, Salome Omboi joined the family through a customary arrangement with Hannah's household, becoming part of the loving fabric that defined his home. Mzee's legacy continued to blossom through his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. To each, he passed down the values he held dear, that is hard work, resilience, and above all, the power of education. He didn't just raise a family, he built a generation. On the evening of February 8, 2025, surrounded by the very family he had nurtured, Mzee Nemwel Obiria Monda took his final breath. He left this world not in sorrow, but in fulfillment. He had lived and he had loved. On February 21st, 2025, the village of Iranya fell into sorrow. Time seemed to pause. The trees stood still. Even the wind bowed in respect. From every corner of the country, across counties, cities, and distant villages, they came. They came in cars, on foot, and in prayer. Family, friends, neighbors, colleagues of his children, old classmates, former cooperative partners, church elders, and even strangers whose lives had once been quietly touched by his kindness, all converged to honor a man whose legacy transcended titles, positions, or even possessions. Some arrived before the sun, and others journeyed through the night, determined not to miss this final moment.
Sasa huyo mama anasemanga ati babangu ndio alimconfuse. Alikuwa amalize shule mpaka secondary, sasa alikuwa anataka kuwa mwalimu, lakini sasa akamconfuse. She still regrets. Akimsamee baba.
Mimi nakuwa mdogo 17 years. Mimi nikaoleka, sinakuwa mdogo sana. Bwana yangu nampenda. Kwa aenda asome, lakini kwa sababu yangu akaacha shule. Hapo form 3 ule. Anakuwa form 3 ile ya kwanza, naona bwana mtoto, yani bwana mwanaume alikuwa wa secondary, wewe unafurahia sana. Na sasa mimi naona ananiambia hapo form 3 anasoma na Moyo. Kasema na Moyo huyu alikuja si tutapata pesa. Kasema mambo ya shule mimi niache. Ngaweka shukuru kano ngakuta kwa mzee. Mungu akatubariki na watoto wengine wasaenda, lakini wala ananipatia na shukuru naye. Watoto wangu hata wananiuliza mama unasoma? Kawaambia mimi sisomi, lakini si mnanisomea. Hiyo masomo mko nayo ni yangu kwa sababu mimi ndio nafanya kazi mpaka mkasoma. Nashukuru Mungu, ninapenda mzee wangu, anakuwa ameseeka lakini tunapendana.
This was more than a burial. It was a gathering of hearts.
That was very special to me, more so to the grandchildren, and he had a special way of dealing with his grandchildren. Nyumba yake ilikuwa ni kama duka, haikosi biskiti. Watoto wakitoka asubuhi kuenda shule, they pass there. Kila mmoja anamsalimia, anampatia biskiti. Jioni, the same thing.
A collective farewell.
He was an humble guy. He had this community at his heart. In even the last day, he kept saying that don't forget our community. We have lost a real Omokione.
Mzee's last days alikuwa anafikiria kuhusu siku hii, na kwa siku moja ambayo nilikuwa naye aliniambia muangalie wageni wake vizuri. So today I'm humbled and we are very happy for having you here to bless this occasion. Thank you.
A grand chorus of gratitude for a life that had mattered deeply.
Friends and relatives to my late dad, my professional colleagues, friends to my brothers and sisters, members of our Iranian community, together with the surrounding areas. Words cannot fully express the impact my dad had on my life and the lives of so many. Dad, you are more than a father because you provided guidance. You provided me with advice and consistent support. Your kindness knew no bounds, and you always had time to help. You always had time to encourage, and you always had time to uplift those around you, even up to an extent of denying yourself. That's the gentleman, that's the man, the community, and the children, including the widows they have lost.
They remembered his quiet strength.
I memory of my grandfather, a man whose gentle guidance and quiet strength continue to inspire me, even the few moments we remain deeply cherished.
His gentle wisdom.
Your kindness, your wisdom, and the comfort of knowing you are always there will be forgotten.
His deep, unwavering belief in people.
You ever wish well to everyone in your family. Success of your children and grandchildren was what you admire.
In hard work and in education.
Grandpa was a wise and faithful man who shared his deep knowledge of the Bible and the importance of hard work.
Babu was a firm believer in the power of education and the strength of faith. He always reminded us that learning opens doors and shapes our futures. He always encouraged us to work hard, be curious, and never stopped striving for excellence.
They spoke of how he listened, truly listened.
You are more than family. You are my guide, my storyteller, my biggest supporter. Your wisdom shaped me. Your kindness inspired me, and your love will always stay in my heart.
Of how he gave without asking.
He was and still is a thread in the fabric of making. His life spoke volumes each and every day. He made each moment count.
And he was laid to rest beneath the earth he had once tilled and protected. They did not just mourn, they promised to carry forward his light. Because men like Mzee Nemwel, they don't truly leave us. They become the very soil from which legacies grow. He lives on, in every story, in every lesson, in every heart. Rest well, Mzee. You gave us more than a name. You gave us a path.